The two best teams in Class AA try to decide who is, without a doubt, the best team in Class AA. Okay, folks, let's play some Penguins Cup Championship hockey.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Trib Total Media presents another hockey night on the PIHL Network, featuring scholastic hockey in Western Pennsylvania. Hockey Night is brought to you by Trib Total Media and produced by Rubino Productions.
It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Trib Total Media, we do things right. We're the watchdogs in our neighborhoods, our region, and around the world. It's our responsibility to ask the right questions and tell every side of every story. We continue to invest in our award-winning reporters and photojournalists so they can bring it all to you. See for yourself, in print or online at triblive.com. The Trib, we do things right. Here.
Neither of these two hockey teams has been canonized, but only one can be anointed the best in Western PA's Class AA on this St. Patrick's Day, which is also Penguins Cup Championship Day here at Consol Energy Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The top-seeded Bishop Canevin Crusaders, under the guidance of veteran coach Kevin Zolmanski, meeting the second-seeded Cathedral Prep Ramblers under the guidance of former pro Craig Barnett. Hello, good evening, and welcome alongside Pens Nation Andy Hughes, Matt Popchalk on board with you for the middle game of the three on Penguins Cup Championship Series Day. The Crusaders coming in with an overall record of 21-2. They put on a clinic at the RMU Island Sports Center in the Penguins Cup semifinals against the Hampton Talbots, and integral to their success was Randy Unger, the Class AA regular season scoring champion, who knocked off a former state champion on this very sheet of ice as a freshman, and now is trying for a second state title, but first regional title in 4 years, along with the rest of his senior class. And he individually really put on a show against the Talbots.
Yeah, he certainly did. He was huge in that game, as he's been really huge all season long. 27 goals, 48 assists, grand total for 75 points. As you said, Matt, that led everyone in the AA classification. He's also first in AA in the playoffs as well, 3 goals, 6 assists. And during the season, during the two meetings between these two teams, Randy Unger, 2 goals and 3 assists against the Ramblers. So he's going to be looking to get a performance like that, something like that here tonight, as he has been crucial not only for this year's Bishop Canevin Crusaders team, but in the past few years. He's always been one of those guys, one of those recognizable names that you know is going to cause fits for the opponent that night.
And the Ramblers, a team that has been doing it like Bishop Canevin with balance, as both teams are about to be introduced here. Ben Eliason, their leading scorer during the regular season with 62 points, was a facilitator for much of the year. Now he's had the hot hand goal-scoring-wise as of late in the second half of the season. And the Ramblers, as a team, had to play a little pawn hockey against the Armstrong Riverhawks in order to move on, but they did. They're not looking to trade chances with Bishop Canevin, though, here tonight.
No, they certainly aren't. And going back to Ben Eliason, 4 assists in that last game, big victory, 9-5 win over Armstrong in the playoffs. And as you said, Eliason leading the Ramblers in scoring in the regular season. And Eliason, just like Unger, has had some success against the opposing team. Eliason, 2 goals, 5 assists against Bishop Canevin this season, met twice, and they split the two meetings 5-4. Erie Cathedral Prep won the first meeting in overtime, and then February 27th, Bishop Canevin won by the score of 8-5. So really, you know, we saw a blowout in that first game, but this one has the makings to be a much closer game, in my opinion, because both of these teams have arguably been, you know, number 1 and number 2, the top 2 teams that really belong here at Consol Energy Center. So it should be a great one here tonight.
And we will tell you more in depth about the goaltending matchup after we meet the rest of tonight's participants.
Number 3, Joe Kelly. Number 5, Mitch Slabowski. Number 6, Tanner White. Number 7, Nick Findlay. Number 8, Richard McCary. Number 9, Hunter Emerson. Number 10, Jacob Ordos. Number 11, Austin Brandell. Number 12, Dana Stewart. Number 14, John Colvin. Number 15, Anthony Piglowski. Number 16, Grant Kaszewski. Number 17, Shane Cross. Number 18, Brett Cox. Number 19, Jeremiah Ordos. Number 21, Ben Eliason. Number 22, Brandon Godkin. Number 23, Trevor Faulkner. Number 24, Jack Kelly. Number 29, Trent Faulkner. And number 33, Grant Kennedy. It's time for the PIHL Penguins Cup AA Final.
And why don't we take a closer look at the goaltending matchup tonight? Two of the most accomplished seniors in the entire league. Grant Kennedy, who's had a very strong season for the Ramblers, against a PIHL All-Star, a multiple-time All-Star for that matter, the statistical champion, if you will, of goaltending in Class AA, Bishop Canevin's Nikita Meshkin.
Yeah, Meshkin, unbelievable. He has been tremendous in the playoffs. Obviously a 2-0, 1.5 goals against average, and then in the regular season, just an Iron Man. Both of these goaltenders, Iron Man. 22 games played, 20-2 record, 2.03 goals against average, 915 save percentage. Fantastic numbers for Meshkin, and he has been a crucial part to this Bishop Canevin Crusaders team. And Grant Kennedy, on the other hand, also 22 games played, 16-4-2 record, 2.84 goals against average, 883 save percentage. Good numbers there as well. So not only are we going to see a lot of offense tonight, but we're going to see two of the top goaltenders in AA tonight. Should be a really, really good one here tonight with that balance there on the ice.
And both goaltenders should be very, very busy given that balance on the ice. In the meantime, I do not see much cashmere. I only see green on the far side of the rink as the Crusader fans have made the short drive from Green Tree here to the Consol Energy Center to cheer on their team, looking for a second Penguins Cup championship in 4 years. And I see some orange as well as I peer out over the bottom tier of Media Row. The Cathedral Prep Rambler fans have made their long trek of 2 hours all the way from Erie, and they continue to travel well in this postseason as their team wins the opening faceoff and pushes it up into Canevin territory to begin the Class AA Penguins Cup Final. Bishop Canevin in white pushing the puck left to right on your computer screen, TV screen, or mobile device to begin the contest. Here's Liam Walsh to the goal, had it roll off his stick at the last moment, centering in front. Randy Younger trying to ram it home from a bad angle. That's almost the exact spot at which he scored to beat the former state champion Latrobe Wildcats 3 calendar years ago. A little bit of deja vu there as the Ramblers have trouble getting this puck back to center. They do, as Ben Eliason gets it up ahead, and it's sent deep into Crusader territory by Rich Vicari. Jason Bilski. And some of these Canevin players, like Bilski, had older brothers who played on that last Pennsylvania Cup winning team in 2011. More on that later as Eliason plays this puck from the official's crease off a Canevin foot, and it comes near side to Liam Walsh, the freshman. Up for the senior, Garrett Godlewski. Turnaround try blocked from the high slot area, and the Crusaders have to reset early in a scoreless first period.
Just kind of a feeling out process here in the beginning of the game, getting used to the Consol ice. As you said, Bishop Canevin was here in 2011. Erie Cathedral Prep has been kind of an up and down program. They haven't been able to make it this far, but they are very, very happy to be here at this point and make the long trek over here to Consol Energy Center.
The Ramblers' last Penguins Cup title was 1997. Their last trip here just 2 years ago when Matt Grabowski of the West Allegheny Indians ended it in disappointment in sudden victory overtime. Kennedy holding on to that bouncing puck, and we get an offensive zone faceoff, the first of the night for the Crusaders, with 15:18 to go in the first. Blaine Adams, who's been white hot for Bishop Canevin, taking it. 7 goals in his last 3 games. Back-to-back hat tricks at one point. 50-50 battle to the left of the NHL trapezoid behind Grant Kennedy. And the battle rages on as this puck is still pinned up against the Trib Total Media sign and kicked free by Mitch Slabowski, the sophomore defenseman. Sent up ahead, intended for Jake Ordos. Dana Stewart, I beg your pardon, was the intended target of that puck as it comes back to center for Shane Cross. And the senior will reset the play for the Ramblers, who dump it back into Canevin territory. Brendan Adams, the Crusader captain, up and all the way out in pursuit of this puck for Bishop Canevin. Alec Bosnick, the youngster. And it'll come up ahead instead to the Crusaders' Hunter Emerson. Emerson with a nose for the net, and this one's off the side of the net. Meshkin has to pin it up against the side of the cage as Cross almost caught his fellow senior napping.
He was so selfish.
And boy, that was a great chance there by Emerson. As you're going to see here, he pounds it right in front, goes to the backhand, tries to sneak that one past the pad of Meshkin, the Bishop Canevin goaltender. Did not go the...
And the faceoff comes all the way outside the Bishop Canevin zone, played in the corner by Nick Finley as the Crusaders are guilty of icing. 14-16 to go, no score, first period.
Still only 2 shots in the game, both by the Ramblers. Crusaders have yet to put a shot on goal, but it's obviously very early here. A lot of talent on Bishop Canevin.
Unger wins the draw to the corner for Jason Bilski, the defenseman, paired out here with Alec Nat. And Nat is able to get it up the boards to Liam Walsh. Walsh looking for Godlewski. Instead, he's going to take it himself and try to dangle around the last wave, but Nick Finley does a great job sticking right with the freshman. Nat from the point. Deflected in on Kennedy, who had that one go off his mask. I didn't see who got a piece of it at the last moment for Canevin. It appeared to be Walsh, actually, now that I am able to surmise the situation a bit better, and Walsh was waiting for a cheapie there as Kennedy covered to his left.
You see here on the replay as there was a long-range shot, hit somebody there right in front and hit right off of Kennedy, went to the left side of the net.
Face-off controlled by the Ramblers, and Eliason pushes it deep into the Crusaders zone. Eliason going after his own dump-in. Centering pass went by everybody, including Richard Vicari. And near side it comes to Blaine Adams. Adams to the far corner. Anthony Piglowski gets there first, but he does not get it out. Here's Gus Peponitis from the point off a Rambler foot and in behind the Cathedral Prep goal line as it is deflected off a Rambler stick and deep and out of play.
Take a look at the road to the Penguins Cup Finals. Bishop Canevin winning over North Hills and Hampton. Erie Cathedral Prep getting here after defeating Chartiers Valley and Armstrong. Both great showings by both teams.
Centering pass, Krivak put it in! There's your luck of the Irish, Pens Nation, Andy, and the Crusaders have a 1-0 lead as a shot from Thomas Krivak seemed to fool Grant Kennedy and everyone else for that matter.
And boy, the fans in green definitely approve here as you'll see just a battle there behind the net by Adams. He wins it, throws it in front, and Krivik, I think it hit a defender right there. I think it was number 23 of Erie Cathedral Prep, Trevor Faulkner, and just finds its way past Kennedy as the Crusaders are the first one to put something on the scoreboard tonight.
Faulkner, one of the hardest working players on that Cathedral Prep squad, and he's been consistent at both ends, so that's just a really tough break for him, an unfortunate one. But Kevin Zolmanski's kids will take it. Under 13 to go in the first, and Thomas Krivak, who has been wearing the cape quite a bit lately for the Crusaders, especially when our cameras are in the building, has the first goal of the Penguins Cup final.
I know a few players are like that when we got the cameras in the building. Seem to get a lot of goals. Thomas Krivak, definitely one of them. That's his second goal of the Penguins Cup playoffs.
Krivak, a sophomore, featured on our Best Goals of February highlight reel as seen on Trib Total Media Hockey Night. And now another promising underclassman, Caden Kelly, is fighting for this puck in the corner for the Crusaders, but the Ramblers win it, and eventually Dana Stewart is able to push it up to center, where it'll be chased for by Bishop Canevin, sent back the other way, and now Jack Kelly pushes it back toward the offensive zone. But Jason Bilski is there for the Crusaders, and Bilski has a little room pinching down the left side. Behind the net for Ross Langford. Langford has scored some big goals as well for Bishop Canevin, but that centering pass goes awry, and here back the other way comes Stewart. Shane Cross keeping it inside the zone to the boards. And in behind the goal line, it is work to Hunter Emerson. Alec Nat for Caden Kelly. Lead pass intended for Jake Draco, broken up, and the Crusaders have to reset as Barnett wants to make a line change with 11:50 to go. 1-0 Bishop Canevin. Thomas Krivak at even strength, the lone goal getter. Shots 3-2 now in favor of Canevin after conceding the first two of those. Unger resetting to his defenseman Alec Nat. Nat looking for Godlewski, who got turned around there. And now the puck will be settled down in neutral ice by Grant Kraszewski. That lead pass went by everyone and everything. Austin Brandell to the corner. The diligent sophomore behind the net. And out in front it comes as fired by John Colvin, the Cathedral Prep captain, but it never made it through. Looked like Bilski might have gotten a piece of it. To the far corner for Nat. Nat hit hard and hit up high by Brandell. Kraszewski getting into the action as well for the Ramblers with 11 to go on a running first period clock, and Walsh will be content to get it just back to neutral ice. And now we get a whistle as the Ramblers are offside. Well, one thing I don't see Andy use, despite the fact that the Ramblers are behind, they are not playing the kind of loosey-goosey hockey that cost them at times against the Armstrong Riverhawks. The Crusaders had to earn that goal, and they did so by getting a bounce.
Yeah, they certainly, and you see some teams do that in these final games in particular when they do hit the big ice and, you know, the professional rinks. Sometimes these teams will simplify things a little bit and not take as many risks as they normally would, and that's pretty much the case here with Erie Cathedral Prep, as they're just giving kind of a feeling out process, see what happens. Only down by 1 goal, no need to rush anything, still have a lot of time. Maybe they wait for the Crusaders to make the first mistake and capitalize on that one.
The Crusaders thus far keeping the poise that we saw from them in semifinal action when they beat the Hampton Talbots in just about every phase of the game. One of the more impressive wins we've seen from them, as the Ramblers have iced it with 10-12 to play in the first. Earlier, it was Quaker Valley three-peating as Class A Penguins Cup champions with what became an easy victory over the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars despite giving up the first goal of the game. The Quakers victorious by a final score of 8-2, and later you'll be able to watch that one on demand on the PIHL network if you did not see it live. Krivak fighting in the corner with help from Alec Bosnick. Instead, it'll come to Brandon Gotkin. Gotkin near side for Joe Kelly. Kelly trying to dump it in, and meanwhile, Brennan Adams is absolutely plowed by Jeremiah Ordos. Ordos has some experience here, playing as a member of that last Cathedral Prep silver medalist team as a sophomore. Ramblers dump it in the near corner, played by Adams around the corner boards to brother Blaine. Blaine taken over by Joe Kelly. Kelly, speaking of brothers, trying to go back to Jack, but instead the Crusaders will take this puck and escort it carefully through the center circle, and Bosnick gains the red line, dumps it in, and allows Kevin Zolmanski to complete his line change. Kelly outletting it, intended for Faulkner, too far. Unger playing it at center, near side for Bilski. Jason Bilski pulling up at the right hash. Bilski to the corner off a Cathedral Prep stick, and it comes up ahead now for Alec Nat. Nat behind his own net. Out in front, intended for Unger, a little too strong, and this will be icing against Bishop Canevin. Trib Total Media is a proud partner of the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League and a proud sponsor of Trib Total Media Hockey Night's live Penguins Cup Championship Series coverage here on the PIHL Network. Visit them at triblive.com. Call 1-800-909-TRIB to subscribe. Trib Total Media, we do things right here. Meshkin with a save from the right hash, denying Emerson. Emerson fighting for this loose puck now midway through the first period. 1-0 Crusaders on a goal earlier by Thomas Krivak. Randy Unger over the line. Unger shouldered by one of the Ramblers, and a penalty coming up here against Cathedral Prep, and this may be interference against Lebowski.
See what the call on the ice here is. We'll see the the replay. Try to see the penalty there. Oh yeah, that's a high hit there. As we may get the first power play of the night.
From the doctor's office to the ice rink, UPMC Sports Medicine supports PIHO athletes throughout the season as the league's official medical sponsor. To learn more, call 1-855-93-SPORT or visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. And the Crusaders, when they were on the UPMC Sports Medicine power play, when last we saw them, put on a very surgical performance. So a critical moment in this first period for the Ramblers as Bosnick wins it to Blaine Adams. Side of the net, out in front, save made by Kennedy, rebound, still loose, Colvin trying to clear it, he can't, and pushing it wide is Blaine Adams. Adams again misses. Oh, Blaine Adams tapping the boards in frustration as finally Joe Kelly gets it out of there. Twice he had 2-0 written all over his stick.
Boy, Adams had a couple great golden opportunities there and was unable to put it past Kennedy, as was just wide of the net. And yeah, he's going to be shaking his head about that one for a little bit.
Unger with a little barnstorming maneuver there. Thought he had himself a breakaway on the man advantage, but he did not. And the Crusaders reset, with a minute 15 to go in the minor penalty. Unger, high slot area. Unger overtaken by the Ramblers defense. One-timer in front, save made by Kennedy. Good deflection, better save by the senior. Near side, Brennan Adams. Through traffic, blocked and cleared by Kelly, but not very far. Brennan Adams, the Canevin captain, up ahead to Unger. Unger with space down the right wing side. Unger waiting, watching, passing, and the one-timer fanned on by Blaine Adams, who can't buy a goal as the net behind Kennedy is dislodged. And 46 seconds remain now in the UPMC Sports Medicine power play. 7 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the first period. Still 1-0 Canevin.
And here's the beautiful pass by Unger right there. Blaine Adams was there from that same spot. You got to think if he keeps getting opportunities in that spot, he's going to put a couple of those in with the right-handed shot.
Liam Walsh out here for the Crusaders power play as it's cleared back to Bishop Canevin ice. And whatever disease Walsh had, so to speak, in that last semifinal game when he did everything but score, seems to have spread, unfortunately for Canevin's sake, to the stick of Blaine Adams. But still some time left on the UPMC Sports Medicine power play as Adams sends it up ahead, but a good read there by the Crusader specialist, that is, and that's Jake Ordos playing this puck as the Crusaders bring it out inside the zone. 10 seconds to go on the man advantage. Jason Bilski, little shot pass intended for Blaine Adams, swiped at by Ordos, but not out. Now Ordos intercepts and clears it just beyond the reach of Bilski as we are back to 5-on-5. Emerson giving a little shove to Walsh as he goes right back to his bench, and the Ramblers make a line change. 6 minutes to go in the first period, and it remains a 1-0 lead for Bishop Canevin. Unger leading it for Walsh. Walsh for Caden Kelly, rather, as that puck bounced off a couple of Canevin feet, and it comes up ahead now to Trevor Faulkner. Faulkner down the right circle, overtaken by Bilski. Bilski reading the play from the far corner. To the opposite corner for Alec Nat, up but not outside the zone. Bilski will try again with Vicari bearing down on him. And up it comes now, a little too strong for Walsh. Settled down by Piglowski. Near side, up as far as Nat goes. And Walsh tries to take it for the Crusaders. He can't, but Alec Nat does send it in behind the prep goal line. And dangling ahead of the play is Jack Kelly. Kelly and Faulkner 2-on-2. Kelly driving the net. Save made by Nikita Meshkin off the shoulder. Good keep there by the Ramblers from the right point. Loose in front of Meshkin, but swiped aside by Brennan Adams. Lead pass intended for Walsh, and this will be icing against the Crusaders. It looked like Walsh might have touched it, but Canevin does not get the call.
Get a face-off here. 5:02 remaining in the first period of play. Shots tied at 4. 4-on-4, as you'll see here on the replay. The Ramblers coming down the right side of the ice. And just shoot that one as it hits the glove of Meshkin.
And the Ramblers fighting for this loose puck, trailing 1-0 with under 5 to go in the first period, and trailing for the first time in the entire Penguins Cup playoffs, we might add, with help from the Cathedral Prep Twitter page on that stat. Jason Jacob Ondrako, I beg your pardon, was trying to win that 50-50 battle for Canevin, but the Ramblers push it inside Crusader territory before Ross Langford and several others meet the Ramblers at their own blue line. Behind the prep net it goes, and near side it comes now to Joe Kelly. Kelly through the official's crease, trying to thread the needle there. That is the Canevin defense on Draco and Adams. Brennan Adams, that is, teaming up on him. And this centering pass is broken up by Adams, but we have a penalty coming up, a cross-checking call. And now Prep will get a chance to even this game with 4:04 to go in the first period, as a 5-on-4 will come their way. From the doctor's office to the ice rink, UPMC Sports Medicine supports PIHO athletes throughout the season as the league's official medical sponsor. To learn more, call 1-855-93-SPORT or visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. And Gus Pepinitis will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free.
24 power play goals in the regular season for the Ramblers, as they'll look to tie this one up here with the man advantage. 1 power play goal for Brandon Gotkin in the Penguins Cup playoffs so far.
They have the goaltending, do Cathedral Prep, as Kennedy's hanging tough. Special teams, the other part of the championship formula typically at all levels of hockey, and a special teams goal here would loom large. Jack Kelly from the top of the circle. In on Meshkin, who got a piece of it, and the rebound is off the boards and just barely outside the zone thanks to Alec Nat, despite the efforts of Joe Kelly.
And that was a rocket from Will Kelly from the point there with a right-handed shot. It's definitely a weapon that they're going to be using on this power play.
Pretty little maneuver by Jack Kelly, who comes in on goal, but lost the puck at the last moment. Oh, that's a tough break for him, as one of the Crusaders goes down hard. Fans wanted a penalty, but they get none, as Kennedy had to play that funny little bounce. Ramblers midway through their UPMC Sports Medicine power play here, as a hard hit by Adams nearly sends Joe Kelly out of his own skates. Sent deep by Shane Cross. Bilski with it. Bilski spinning around, lost it to Ben Eliason. Eliason in front where he's dangerous. It comes to Kelly. Kelly wide of Meshkin. I'm not sure if Meshkin ever saw that one, as it's sent up and carried out by Alec Bosnick. Half a minute to go in the Pepinitis minor penalty. Bosnick back to Bilski, who will rag this puck with help from Brennan Adams. Adams off a stick, that of Ben Eliason, and it is a high stick. And that'll stop the festivities with 2:22 left in the first and 18 left in the penalty.
So we'll get a face-off in the Rambler zone there. You see a little bit of a hit there on the replay. Nice hit there by number 11 of Bishop Canevin, Blaine Adams.
And this puck sent deep. Ramblers trying to play dump and chase, but they don't get to the loose puck. And Bosnick is trying to get it up ahead. He can't. Nick Rajakovic hanging onto it and sending it the length, killing off the remainder of the penalty as Kennedy settles down this puck. It's sent to his right for Vicari. Up ahead now to Hunter Emerson. Emerson on the off wing. Emerson shooting on Meshkin, who makes a kick save. The rebound comes right to Bosnick, who overskated. Gotkin fighting for it as it comes into the Canevin bench. And we may get another penalty here. Slashing called. And this one's going to go against the Ramblers with 1:45 to play in the first period.
Yes, it indeed will, as the Crusaders going right back onto the power play, as the captain of the Ramblers will head to the box. Brandon Gotkin will be the guilty party.
And John Colvin, the prep captain, gives it up to Blaine Adams. Adams has a chance in on goal. Adams couldn't get the shot away. Good stick-to-itiveness there by Mitch Lebowski, and the cross-ice pass intended for Caden Kelly goes awry as Kennedy gets a piece of that one. No, that was Garrett Godlewski trying to receive that pass. Randy Unger trying to pull it out in front. He's blasted by Slabowski. Unger behind the Rambler goal. Taken over by Slabowski, but he can't clear it out. Shot from up high. It's bouncing around. Godlewski whacking at it. Can't find it. The Ramblers have it, and they push it up to the feet of Brennan Adams, and it's kept alive for Godlewski. But now we get another stoppage here, as they say this puck might have just come offside, it looks like, Andy.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call the offside there. as Bishop Canevin was looking like they may have had another good scoring opportunity there coming in past the blue line, but were unable to keep that puck in the zone.
Into the corner it comes. 1 minute remaining in the period, 1:15 to go in the UPMC Sports Medicine power play. Crusaders trying to add to a 1-0 lead late in the opening stanza. Brennan Adams' snapshot went wide of Kennedy's glove. To the corner it goes. Walsh taking it to himself. It's trapped on the side of the net and still there. Godlewski has it. Out in front it goes. It's intercepted and cleared. Good work there to help out as Tendy by John Colvin. That's what captains do. No, correction. That was Austin Brandell on the side of the Rambler goal. Half a minute to play in the period. Blaine Adams whips it around for Garrett Godlewski. Unger taking it, but offside.
Ramblers are doing a good job of getting some pressure on these Crusaders as they're trying to enter the zone. Being a little aggressive, is trying to knock that puck away from them, and it's been working here on this power play for the Crusaders. Ramblers doing a great job on the penalty kill.
Winning moments of the period and of the 5-on-4 as the Crusaders go D to D. Near side it comes for Unger, who looks like he will finish the period for Kevin Zalmanski on that top power play unit. Unger reaching for it, goes near corner to Liam Walsh. Walsh, 10 seconds left. Bosnick has to hurry here. Bosnick to Walsh. Walsh down low. Centering pass, put wide by Randy Unger. I think he was looking to go to Walsh at the side of the goal as Kennedy makes a superfluous save at the horn. And through one, we have only one goal, and it belongs to Thomas Krivak. Your score here in the Class AA Penguins Cup Championship Series. The Bishop Canevin Crusaders 1, and the Cathedral Prep Ramblers nothing. With Andy Hughes, Matt Popchak. More to come from Consol Energy Center after this on Trib Total Media Hockey Night.
I grew up here, and it's really important for me to make sure that I stand up for the people of Western Pennsylvania. The work that we do is not to just go out and win awards or make names for ourselves, but it's to go out and actually do things that are going to make this region better and actually help the people who live here. What's the truth? What's honest? What's accurate? Our job in the newsroom is just to tell these stories honestly and accurately so that readers can take the information and go out and make their own decisions.
The Trib. Get it right. Now.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Trib Total Media presents another hockey night on the PIHL Network, featuring scholastic hockey in Western Pennsylvania. Hockey Night is brought to you by Trib Total Media and produced by Rubino Productions.
It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
With Andy Hughes, Matt Popchak back at Consol Energy Center for the Class AA Penguins Cup Championship Series. The Crusaders, with a few more seconds of time on the UPMC Sports Medicine power play, leading the Cathedral Prep Ramblers by a score of 1-0. And Bishop Canevin, the least scored upon team in Class AA during the regular campaign, and this game has to be in their comfort zone right now. They've gotten a lead, they've been able to sit on it, and they've forechecked pretty well.
Yeah, they certainly do, and this is a tough team to come back from, as this is a team that can really take the lead with their offense and then just tighten things up defensively and win, those 2-0, 3-0 games. That's the type of game this team can win, and we've seen them win 7-2, 7-1 in these playoffs. So this is a team that can really do it all, offensively and defensively.
Alec Nat from the point. To the half wall for Unger. Out in front for Godlewski. Godlewski couldn't handle the pass. Alec Nat able to keep it in at the line, though. Nat off a foot. That of Jack Kelly. It comes right to Unger. Unger with some good hustle here as we're back to 5-on-5. Centering for Godlewski. He shoots, save Kennedy. Rebound. They're jamming at it. It's still loose. And Kelly's the only one who knows where that puck is. And the Ramblers come back 3-on-2. Colvin crisscrossing with Faulkner. Tries to drop it for Faulkner. He can't. And the Crusaders try to mount a counterattack. Over the line, Blaine Adams. Randy Unger. Unger off balance, shoots that puck. Went off a prep body, and it died at the feet of John Colvin, who escorts it back to center. Trevor Faulkner takes the left wing pass, centering for Colvin. Colvin, bottom of the circle. Colvin behind the net. Colvin in front. Meshkin out of position, but the Crusaders have it, and they clear it. And icing indicated against Bishop Canevin, and not a good start to this game for the Ramblers. Not an ideal start anyway, but a good year overall for hockey in Crawford County. The Ramblers making their second final in 3 years. Harbor Creek, the Huskies, an Open Cup finalist, and the McDowell Trojans, a very successful first year in the Open classification.
And certainly a lot of good things coming out of the Erie area as hockey is quickly developing over there into a big sport, seeing a lot of success with all the teams, and that is great to see, as to see them come up here to Consol, make the long journey.
Alec Bosnick off Kennedy, and Mercyhurst's Lakers in the AHA semifinals, as are the Kerns of RMU hockey. So good luck to both those teams. Bosnick penetrating, had his stick lifted, but the Crusaders are able to keep it inside the zone. Cross-ice pass for Adams. It's bouncing wide of Kennedy and picked up behind the net by Bosnick. Alec Bosnick resetting the Brennan Adams off a Cathedral Prep player's shoulder. Let's hope it was his shoulder, as that took an awfully wicked bounce. And now we get a stoppage in play. 14:50 to go to the ice cut, and still a 1-0 lead for Bishop Canevin.
And that puck that did go off the supposed shoulder actually went right to Thomas Krivak. He was just kind of waiting as the puck came right to him, was unable to get a shot off, but boy, he was in a good lane to possibly shoot that puck after a bad bounce.
And off the face-off, it is Jack Kelly controlling in his own corner, but he's overtaken by Ross Langford. Langford on his backhand, resetting to Bilski. Bilski couldn't keep it inside the area, and the Crusaders have to tag up. Jack Kelly behind his own net. Up ahead, intended for Trevor Faulkner. Instead, it'll be sent back in by Jake Ondrako. Off the meshing, it's played by Jack Kelly, the PIHL All-Star. Kelly building speed. Kelly over the line. Kelly lost it at the last moment. A poke check from behind, I think by Bilski, denied that scoring chance for the Ramblers. And Faulkner will reset the play from his own end, but Bilski there again to slap that puck back in.
I've seen at least 3 great defensive plays by Bilski here tonight. He has been really great defensively tonight.
Older brother Matt Bilski, an erstwhile Penguins and Pennsylvania Cup champion, and the proverbial apple falling right next to the tree. Indeed. Meshkin holding that one with 13:46 to play.
Shots even at 6, Crusaders and Ramblers, so not as many scoring chances as we saw in the first game. As you'll see, the replay here is a wrist shot right to the glove of Nikita Meshkin of Bishop Canevin.
Sent all the way back to center, where it's taken by Nick Finley. From the half boards, it'll be picked up now by Joe Kelly, but the Ramblers are offside, and Kelly not happy about that one.
And he certainly wasn't, as he was on the right side of the ice there, as thought about shooting the puck there, but will not be able to because of the offside call. He was really frustrated with that one, obviously, with his team down 1. Faceoff
comes back to Liam Walsh, who resets it. And now the Ramblers will take over possession and just dump it into Canevin territory with 13:23 to play on a running second period clock. 1-0 Canevin. Over the line comes Unger. Unger crisscrossing with Godlewski. Finds Godlewski, who pushes it wide of Grant Kennedy. Walsh winning the battle along the boards for Unger, who tries to go back to Godlewski, but both men are too well marked. And a little Murphy dump back to center by Jeremiah Ordos. Lead pass off a Crusader stick again. Kennedy shoves it aside, and this time he will hold for an own zone faceoff.
And that was a nice little play once again by Randy Unger, passing that puck to Godlewski, who was right there in front and just missed it. Would have been a really pretty goal if he was able to pull that one off, as Godlewski has been tremendous here for the Crusaders. 20 goals and 20 assists in the regular season.
The Crusaders continuing to methodically put the clamps on this game with their forecheck as Adams blasts that one wide. Bosnick from the far corner. And in front of the high mark sign, he resets to Brennan Adams, who puts it wide. Into the corner, it's pursued by Bosnick. Bosnick to to the opposite corner, and now back to Brennan Adams. Back for Alec Bosnick. He lets it go to Thomas Krivak, the lone goal scorer in this game. 12:20 to go, second period. Gus Pepinitis kicks it to himself, plays it to the corner. Krivak letting it go for Bosnick. And now it's sent by an Erie stick to Grant Kashevsky's blade, and the Ramblers are able to work it back up into Canevin territory. Krivak going to his defenseman Adams as one of the Ramblers was dumped at the side of the Canevin goal. And let's see if we get a call here.
Looks like we may, as we see a Crusader going to the penalty box.
Pepinitis will sit for the second time tonight. Sorry, Andy. And the Ramblers go back on the UPMC Sports Medicine power play. During every athletic season, UPMC Sports Medicine treats more student athletes than any other sports medicine provider in the region. To learn more about how they can help you recover from injury and reach your peak performance, call 1-855-93-SPORT or visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. Ramblers still trying to make up a 1-0 deficit with 11:45 to play in the second period. Crusaders trying to kill this penalty as Bilski is pinned against the boards. The Ramblers win this battle, and near corner it comes to Trevor Faulkner. Resetting to Joe Kelly. Kelly wide of Meshkin, and the rebound is picked up by Alec Nat, but not quite cleared out. Faulkner from the right side. Cross ice for Jack Kelly. Kelly's shot deflected on Meshkin. Save made, rebound. The Crusaders swipe at it, but again, they can't clear the zone. Now Kelly off the body of Caden Kelly, and the Crusader youngster is in pursuit of this puck shorthanded. Fortunate bounce there for Canevin, which was having trouble in its own end. Good power play so far by the Ramblers. Good puck movement at least. Still haven't quite been able to get anything in on Meshkin, however. Dumped in by Ben Eliason. And intercepted by Nat. Nat run in too hard by Joe Kelly as the Ramblers have it. Drop pass for Faulkner. Faulkner, his shot is blocked by Blaine Adams. And here the other way come the Crusaders. Garrett Godlewski is shorthanded. He's 1-on-2. Godlewski hitting the brakes and dumping it in behind the goal line. 33 to go in the minor penalty to Pepinitis.
Good play there by Godlewski to waste some time and put on the brakes and just throw it down behind the net.
Jason Bilski retreating. Bilski slaps it off the glass. Not quite out. Good keep by Colvin. To the corner for Ben Eliason. Eliason hit from behind, and the Erie Cathedral Prep Ramblers will have a two-man UPMC Sports Medicine power play for 14 more seconds.
And that was number 21 of the Ramblers, Ben Eliason, drawing the penalty there. As this is a huge opportunity. Only 14 seconds with the two-man advantage, but they're going to have a nice long power play after the first one expires here. As you'll see the penalty here as Eliason was tripped up a little bit as the Crusaders then touched the puck and the penalty was called.
Brennan Adams had his stick tied up by Hunter Emerson. 10 minutes to go in the second period, and the front end of the two-man advantage will go by the wayside as Pepinitis is released. Tripping the indication again against Jason Bilski, the talented defenseman for Bishop Canevin. 1:35 to go in the conventional man advantage for Cathedral Prep. And here's a shot from Godkin that Meshkin swallows, sliding to his left.
Nice glove save there by Meshkin, making it look easy there after the nice shot from Godkin, the captain of the Cathedral Prep Ramblers. You'll see the shot here. He's on the right side of the ice, just fires a wrist shot and it was right to the glove of Meshkin.
Pepinitis in behind the Canevin goal. Pepinitis will take matters into his own hands as he sends it the length. 1:20 to go in the minor penalty to Bilski. 9.5 to go in the second period. Bishop Canevin clinging to a 1-0 lead thanks to a first period goal by Thomas Krivak. Long lead pass off the stick of Pepinitis, speak of the devil, and it deflects ultimately to the stick of Brennan Adams, who can't clear the zone. Shane Cross with a keep along the far boards. Ramblers still have it. Sent to the corner. And a cross-ice pass for Kelly, who puts it into Meshkin, who makes the save. The rebound, Hunter Emerson was looking to roof it, but he could not. Too much traffic in front of the Bishop Canevin senior Tendy.
And boy, Jack Kelly was calling for that puck. You could tell he wanted it. He got it, but fumbled it a little bit and was unable to get a good shot off.
Good play there by Pepinitis to help Godlewski get it the length. Midway through the game, and still it's the Crusaders by 1. Cross leading it, and a long pass now for Faulkner. Faulkner shooting wide of Meshkin's glove. The odd man rush goes awry as Russ Langford's stick goes awry. And look at this, Langford takes the stick of Shane Cross in flight. I don't know if I've seen that play before, and I don't know if I've seen the official not notice that play before.
It's incredible.
Just a strange sequence all around there as the Ramblers have this puck and they escort it back into Canevin territory. Jack Kelly on the off wing trying to drop for Eliason. Those two unable to hook up. Langford with his own stick now will skate past the red line, find Bilski, who gets it the rest of the way. Line change for the Crusaders. Oh, a bad giveaway there, and here comes Bishop Canevin again. Langford going one-on-one with Slabowski. Puck comes free to Eliason, and Eliason, with a lot of room to work with, will center it for Dana Stewart. Stewart off a foot, and it's loose along the side of the net. And hunting for that puck, I think, was Jacob Ordos. As Liam Walsh comes the other way. Walsh's centering pass. That missed everyone and everything. Kept alive by Alec Nat. To the corner it goes to Randy Unger. Unger centering pass. One-timer! Oh, what a save by Grant Kennedy. Godlewski did everything but score. Kennedy did the rest.
And that's one you have to remember here tonight, as Godlewski had a golden opportunity to score there. Good shot, better save by Kennedy.
Walsh trying to set up Godlewski for a second time. That pass didn't go through, but Godlewski fights for it. And he taps it off a Rambler's stick, and it deflects to Alec Nat, who sends it to the corner for Liam Walsh. Nat whiffing at that one, but Unger has it. Unger through the circle. Unger shooting. Save made. Kennedy rebound. It's still loose and frozen, and we have a penalty coming up here, against whom we shall see, as Stewart gets involved with one of the Crusaders. A cross-check is indicated against Anthony. That is not Anthony Piglowski. That is Dana Stewart, the defenseman.
So the Crusaders back to the power play. We've seen them have some good puck movement. See if they can do that again here and take a 2-goal lead.
6:35 remaining, second period. Bishop Canevin back on the UPMC Sports Medicine power play. Neither team has been successful on it. And correction, it is Jacob Ordos picking up the minor penalty, not Dana Stewart. Alec Bosnick dangling through a couple of prep defenders before he retreats. Bosnick just able to keep this puck on side as it's crossed for Blaine Adams. To the corner for Unger. One-timer side of the net. Walsh couldn't finish. And Walsh has had a tough time doing that in these Penguins Cup playoffs. Bosnick back to Walsh for Adams. Adams' shot blocked, but he pokes it to the corner. Good keep there by the senior. Blaine Adams pulling back to the left point. Cross ice now. Bosnick had to come outside the zone. He's got to be careful here, and he does get it to Adams, with Joe Kelly trying to force the issue. Midway through the UPMC Sports Medicine power play. 5.5 to go to the ice cut. Crusaders trying to extend a 1-0 lead. Godlewski buttressed from behind. No penalty. Walsh with it now. Walsh out in front through the blue paint. Tap to Unger. Unger in front. One-timer off the side of the net. The Crusaders so close yet so far away as Adams fans on that shot, and it's cleared by Colvin.
And how many times have we seen Randy Unger make that pass to the middle of the ice right by the crease? And the Crusaders have been unable to cash in on those beautiful passes by Unger.
Bosnick over the line. Bosnick resetting to Unger. Unger, side of the net. A move out in front. Save Kennedy. Rebound. Kennedy has it. Oh, man. Liam Walsh had Grant Kennedy right in his reticle, but he could not solve the Cathedral Prep senior.
Almost took too much time, I think, as Walsh was just stick handling right there in front of Kennedy and just waited and didn't even really get a good shot off, as Kennedy was able to make the easy stop. Probably shouldn't have been an easy stop given the fact of where he was on the ice.
This shot deflects wide. Final seconds of the UPMC Sports Medicine power play, and it will be killed off by Dana Stewart. Brennan Adams from his own corner. A giveaway there to Jake Ordos, just out of the box for the Ramblers. Still a 1-0 Canevin lead late in the second period as Gus Pepinitis has it for the Crusaders. From inside the Prep blue line, it's sent up ahead a little too far for Austin Brandell. No icing. Brandell hacked at behind the Canevin goal, but stays with the puck. And it's intercepted now by Unger. Unger trying to go to Krivak up ahead. Krivak poking at it. Oh, great effort there by the underclassman to get that puck deep. And Krivak has it along the boards, but he's double teamed as Ordos will skate it up ahead. And a penalty coming up again. This time it's going to go against Bishop Canevin, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like the Ramblers will head back onto the power play now as these two teams exchanging power play opportunities, it seems, as it's like number 19 of Bishop Canevin going to head to the box.
It is Ross Langford, and the junior will sit with 3:53 to play in the second, and he's not sure why. Now, sometimes you have games, Andy, use that basically officiate themselves. And sometimes you'll have games where it's like, whatever you do, don't sneeze. And that's what, right now, I'm sure that's what both these teams are thinking.
Yeah, certainly got to be careful out there because these refs are calling a lot of these penalties, as Langford was putting his arms up in the air in confusion. He didn't know what he did, but nonetheless, the Ramblers will head to the power play.
Ben Eliason with room, trying to outmaneuver Blaine Adams, nothing doing. Ramblers still with it, though. Eliason from the high slot area, between the circles, shooting on Meshkin. Meshkin says niet.
If you're the Ramblers, you really got to be happy with what has been going on. Got a power play opportunity, and Kennedy has made some great saves, and Crusaders have had some great opportunities to make this a multi-goal lead, but they have been unable to do so. And a simple goal here on the power play just ties the game up and a brand new hockey game.
And in the corner, the Ramblers operate on the UPMC Sports Medicine power play. Shane Cross behind the Canevin goal. Gave it away, though, to Bilski. And a smart stay-at-homer like Bilski isn't going to miss that opportunity as the Crusaders are able to get it deep. Ramblers have to reset with 1:25 to go on the man advantage. 3:15 to go in the second. Bishop Canevin 1, Cathedral Prep nothing. Lead pass intended for, looked like Unger shorthanded. And actually, that's Alec Bosnick pressing up ahead of the play for Bishop Canevin as the Ramblers come to the near corner, and skating up ahead with it is Joe Kelly. Drops it now for Trevor Faulkner. Cross ice for Jack Kelly. Kelly weaving his way to the zone for Shane Cross. Cross ice pass, but Kelly was too well tied up. And Bilski had something to do with that as well. One-timer! Meshkin got a piece! Shane Cross, that close.
Boy, that was a really close one. Once again, the middle of the ice there. This time for the Ramblers, though. And just a fantastic save by Meshkin as he was able to move from right to left.
All-star for a reason. Faulkner over the line. And it's Alec Nat overtaking his man. But Nat is trapped in the near corner now with under half a minute to go in the UPMC Sports Medicine power play for the Ramblers. 2:15 to go in the second period. Prep looking for an equalizer late. To the corner, Faulkner lets it go to Eliason. Eliason for Trevor Faulkner, out in front, off a Canevin stick, not quite out. Good maneuver there by Jack Kelly. Godlewski trying to get his stick in the way. Godlewski bumped by Kelly as Kelly was driving the net, and they're looking to go to Kelly right now, but they can't as Godlewski finally is able to clear, and Langford comes out of the box like the box was spring-loaded. He gets right back into that shift for the Crusaders as, Brendan Adams was trying to home run pass, and Colvin is denied by Meshkin as that puck bounces way up high and way out of play.
And that was a great opportunity there by John Colvin. He's able to intercept that pass, get a takeaway there, and just fire that one. But was just wide, as we'll see here. try to make that pass, and there's Colvin, and he'll just take a slap shot and just goes wide of the goal. And we'll get a face-off here in the Bishop Canevin zone.
Colvin wins the draw, pushes it to the corner, taken by Hunter Emerson, loose out in front, wide of the crease, and it's given away by the Crusaders. Colvin trying to center it. Emerson forced to the corner. Emerson trying to go back to Colvin, he can't, and the Crusaders will try to play this puck outside their zone, and finally Walsh is able to carry it himself over the line. Walsh trying to drop for Unger. Unger for Walsh. Oh, Walsh was almost able to deflect that behind Kennedy. My goodness. Final minute of play in the second period, and here come the Ramblers one more time. Hunter Emerson over the blue line. Emerson poke checked effectively. And I think that was Pepinitis getting in the way there, and it was. Pepinitis now worked over by Brandon Godkin as it comes up but not quite out. Emerson able to get it deep for Godkin. And wide of everybody. To the boards, Dana Stewart. Unable to do anything with it. Half a minute to play, and it comes to Liam Walsh. Walsh behind the goal line. Out in front off the stick of Stewart. And Adams puts a shoulder into the Cathedral Prep defenseman. Stewart a little bit shaken up by that play as the Crusaders are attacking late. Walsh out in front. And I think the Crusaders were expecting a penalty there as Faulkner comes back in transition. Faulkner around one man, couldn't quite get around Blaine Adams. 9 seconds left. The Crusaders just trying to be smart here. 5 seconds left. Eliason gets faked out of his skates there by Jason Bilski, and that'll be that. When we return to Trib Total Media Hockey Night on the PIHL Network, Andy Hughes will have your scoring summary. Hint, it'll be an easy one.
Short one.
We won't make it work too hard, Andy. And we will have third period action here from Consol Energy Center through 2 of the Class AA edition of the Penguins Cup Championship Series here on the PIHL Network. Your score, the Bishop Canevin Crusaders 1 and the Cathedral Prep Ramblers 0. With Andy Hughes, Matt Popchak. More to come after this.
At Trib Total Media, we're relentless in seeking and reporting the truth. We ask the tough questions and never give up until we uncover the complete story, and then report it to you, accurately. Sure, we lean to the right with our editorial opinions, but when it comes to hard news, we're right down the middle. The Trib. Conservative views, objective news. Get it right. Now.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Trib Total Media presents another hockey night on the PIHL Network, featuring scholastic hockey in Western Pennsylvania. Hockey Night is brought to you by Trib Total Media and produced by Rubino Productions.
It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
The folks behind me are lined up to see the AA Penguins Cup semifinal, but you don't need a ticket because you've got Trib Total Media Hockey Night, where tonight it is Cathedral Prep versus Armstrong for the right to go to the Penguins Cup final. Stick around because it is next.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Trib Total Media presents another hockey night on the PIHL Network, featuring scholastic hockey in Western Pennsylvania. Hockey Night is brought to you by Trib Total Media and produced by Rubino Productions.
It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
This knowledge clearly has rubbed off on this Ramblers squad this year.
Up ice with the backhander, Trevor Faulkner. The first time the Ramblers get into the attacking zone, they score. That's quite an opening rate. Here's Phelps, right point. Wines, fires, save made by Kennedy. He's able to find the rebound, didn't go far, and he'll bring a stop to proceedings with 4:03 to go, and words exchanged between white and blue. As the physical play continues to pick up, Wachowski and Emerson getting into it. And what else is picking up is the score. Emerson with the goal. It is 2-0 Cathedral Prep.
That's Emerson's office. That's like shooting fish in a barrel for him.
But it'll come all the way back for Jack. Up ahead towards Godkin. Godkin Coming in, takes the shot, and he just nestles that home. Had the slightest sliver of net to aim at, and he nails it. Toy with it now up the left wing. Toy dodging a check. Here's Toy, open lane for Toy. He takes the shot, and Kennedy there to make the save. Now here's Miller. Miller in the middle to Long with the shot. Save made. It'll be Joe Kelly. Into the attacking zone for Cathedral Prep. Kelly with the shot, and he scores! That puck had eyes.
His team leading third of the postseason. Taylor Smouse can't believe it. The Riverhawks can't believe it. And you know what? I can't believe it.
Here's Eliason. Eliason centering that one in front, and it's in! Richard Vicari was in front, and now Erie Cathedral Prep is in front by 2.
And you love in the playoffs to see underclassmen rise to the occasion. And Vicari, one of the JV move-ups for Craig Barnett.
Right point, Zafaris. Zafaris, that one high above everybody, goes into the right wing corner. Jake Ordos back there. He's trying to settle it. Can't quite do it. There's a shot. That one's turned away. And the shot once more. Loose in front, and it's Ordos who puts it in.
Well, what goes around comes around.
Ahead towards Long. Long with the shot. Save made. Rebound. Still loose, but eventually Grant Kennedy able to find it and freeze it.
And that will happen Monday at Consol Energy Center at 6:45 Eastern.
And there's a shot. And with the rebound, Trevor Faulkner hammering in the initial shot from Ben Eliason. It's Faulkner's goal, but Cathedral Prep has it. And here they come. Here's Jack Kelly with a goal, and it is true.
Better book a room at the Marriott, Mr. Barnett. I think you're going to be staying in Pittsburgh a while. That's Kelly all the way. I'm sorry. Here's Faulkner.
And now, what can you do?
You can break out the chapeaus, Monsieur Baginski.
Right to the very last moments, Cathedral Prep kept going. Pittsburgh meet Erie. Cathedral Prep is heading to the Penguins Cup final.
Cathedral Prep 9, Armstrong 5. The Ramblers go on the next Monday night to the AA Championship, the Penguins Cup at Consol Energy Center.
Trevor, how are you guys finally able to put away one of the better offensive teams in the league?
We just had a lot of puck movement in their zone, and we scored on our chances, and time for the Pens Cup.
What does it mean to get another chance to play in Consol Energy Center ice?
Oh, I'm excited because revenge from my freshman year, I guess. We're getting it this time.
Has it sunk in that in a few days from now you're going to be playing on NHL ice?
No, not yet. I'll probably be lying in bed later tonight. It's surreal. This is what we wanted to do from the beginning of the season, and it's a dream come true.
Well, last time we played, we went up early 6-2, I think, and then blew that lead, and they came back. And we knew there was going to be a lot of goals, shots on goals, and we got more shots and got more goals.
Has it sunk in yet that you're going to be skating on NHL ice in a few days?
It hasn't, no. This is what we were going for all year, and 6 more periods, our goal's complete, and that's what we're going for.
The favored Crusaders take on those scrappy Talbots, the underdog in this Penguins Cup semifinal, for the right to go to Consol Energy Center. Okay, folks, let's play some Penguins Cup semifinal hockey.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Trib Total Media presents another hockey night on the PIHL Network, featuring scholastic hockey in Western Pennsylvania. Hockey Night is brought to you by Trib Total Media and produced by Rubino Productions.
It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Tommy Krivak, who's come on strong as of late for the Crusaders, but Lynch comes the other way and he rifles one right into the glove of Nikita Meshkin. Shades of the Mark Johnson play in the Miracle on Ice game.
And that is excellent shorthanded puck movement.
Here's Adams. Blaine Adams. Score! It's gotta be the hair. Blaine Adams, his 7th goal in the last 3 games. Brendan Adams just barely keeping it onside. Scoring! The Cap'n makes it happen.
That was a brilliant goal from Brendan Adams.
And back to Bosnick now. To the half boards for Liam Walsh. Cross-ice pass. One-timer score. Rise and shine. It's Unger time. Unger behind the net. Out in front. Score! Kevin Zolmanski, in the time that I have known him, has not been able to stop saying enough nice things about Alec Bosnick, 2-on-1. Kosick and Homets. Homets for Kosick. Save made, Meshkin. Homets pulls to the top of the left circle. Cross ice. Funny bounce there. Katsafanis in on Meshkin, and Meshkin is able to cover. McGuire resetting to Zach Twardok. Twardok to Katsafanis. Katsafanis backhander on Meshkin. Save made, rebound. Meshkin says niet. With a man Stritzinger draped on him. To the corner it comes for Liam Walsh. Out in front to Unger. Unger. Score! Randy Unger. Cut. Print. Check the gate.
Deep into the playoffs. They're in the semis now, looking for another trip to Consol.
Godlewski scores! Godlewski! Bazinga! Marty Brenneman did the same thing for Homer Bailey, so Scully has some company as the Crusaders have scored. Russ Langford answers right back. Your Excellency, there will be an extra service on St. Patrick's Day. It will be the Bishop Canevin Crusaders versus the Cathedral Prep Ramblers for the right to hoist the Penguins Cup in Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League Class AA this approaching Monday. How liberating is it, considering just all the tough semifinal losses this team has endured over the years, to be getting over the hump and going to Consol?
It was rough last year losing in the semis and OT. And we came back thinking that we want to win and we want to move on. So we kept that in mind and still relax and play cool.
An impressive win, nevertheless, for Nikita Meshkin, who adds to his resume, and he is going back one more time to Consol Energy Center. And on a personal level, Nikita, what does that mean to you?
It means everything. We've been trying for it for 4 years. We did a freshman year, and we weren't so successful the past 2 years. But this year, it means everything to us to actually make it that far.
You played an integral role, in what eventually became a state championship for Bishop Canevin. What does it mean on a personal level to be headed back there?
It's an amazing feel. I mean, if we win this again, winning my freshman and senior year would just be an amazing accomplishment. I mean, I really didn't get to finish the game and celebrate with my teammates, and I'd love to do that and then go play in states.
On a personal level, though, what is it going to mean to you on Monday to step onto an NHL ice surface and play?
It's going to be a special moment, especially since freshman year coming in, we won states and playing there for Penn's Cup. It's going to be an exciting moment for all of us.
Trib Total Media is a proud partner of the PIHL. Trib Total Media. Get it right now. Call 1-800-909-TRIB to subscribe or visit us online at triblive.com. This PIHL Network presentation was produced by Rubino Productions, serving the community in ways you haven't imagined.
Kelly with a good keep. Kelly slapper. Meshkin the save. Rebound. Finally covered. For a moment, it didn't appear certain that Meshkin had it as the players kept playing on, but finally we get a whistle.
And boy, that was a nice sequence there by the Ramblers. They were able to get a few great scoring chances there, as you'll see right here on this replay. Ramblers just take a slap shot from the point there. It hits, the rebound hits a Bishop Canevin defender, then goes right back to Meshkin. He's able to cover it up.
And for those of you just tuning in, Thomas Krivak still the only goal of this game for the Bishop Canevin Crusaders, as this one is whistled wide of the glove hand of Grant Kennedy. That coming just after the 3 minutes in mark of period one, as Godlewski cannot beat Kennedy either. And it remains a 1-0 Bishop Canevin lead over the Cathedral Prep Ramblers with 12:16 to go in the third, but not for a lack of effort by Kevin Zolmanski's top line.
And Godlewski once again was right there in front. He's had a couple of good scoring opportunities there, as you saw the backdoor pass right from behind the net. Godlewski just missed it.
And it's sent around the boards. Pepinitis looking for a man in deep, couldn't find him. And it's settled down now by Dana Stewart. Stewart cutting through the center circle and off balance, dumps it into Canevin territory. Brendan Adams to the boards and up back to neutral ice for Mitch Slabowski. Crusaders still fighting for this puck. Krivak trying to kick it to himself. He can't. And in deep it comes now for Brendan Adams. Adams from his own circle goes cross ice. And Gus Pepinitis shrugging off a check there as this puck is sent all the way back to neutral ice. Ramblers retreating. Godkin with it. Godkin spinning around in his own zone. Up ahead for nobody in particular. Brendan Adams will play it again, but he gave it away there, or almost gave it away to Jeremiah Ordos. Ramblers tag up and they come on strong here into Bishop Canevin territory, but Adams standing up as man at the blue line, and Blaine Adams will try and get this puck the rest of the way for Canevin, and he does off the stick of Joe Kelly. 11 minutes to go in the third period. Crusaders protecting a 1-0 lead. Near side, it comes to Bilski. Bilski, cross ice, off a Rambler's stick, and set up ahead now for Randy Unger. Unger dangling. Unger, backhand try. It's loose, and it's in! No, it is disallowed. It is waved off. The Bishop Canevin Crusaders argue that they have scored the second goal of the game, but the washout sign immediately put up by the referee right behind the net.
Liam Walsh was the guy right there, and by the net, he was arguing with the ref. As Bishop Canevin, a little frustrated, thought they had scored there. Remains a 1-0 game.
I didn't see anything flagrant about the play, unless they're just saying that Kennedy covered and he got a quick whistle. In which case, that is a tremendous break for the Ramblers, as that puck was not frozen by any means. Eliason blasts it wide. Godlewski off his own dasher boards, and the Crusaders try to work it back to center. They can. Here's Jack Kelly. Kelly between the circles, interfered with by Walsh. Still loose and whacked at and put wide. Meshkin scrambling, and Bilski clears it. Eliason had his stick knocked out of his hands, and he wanted a penalty too. Suddenly, they're letting boys be boys. Kelly, his shot is deflected wide. Faulkner to Colvin. Colvin putting it wide of the Canevin goal. Both teams with glorious chances to score here within a matter of moments. And Alec Nat will finally clear it. It's icing against Bishop Canevin, but in high school hockey where you're still allowed to change lines, that's a good icing, I think.
Yeah, it certainly is. The Ramblers had a ton of pressure, a lot of bodies in front of the net, good puck movement, and, you know, as you said, these refs are really letting the guys play, as they did call a lot of penalties in the first two periods, but not really in this third period there, as you see another replay of that goal that Walsh thought went in, but it did not.
Sent back to neutral ice, and Stewart will get it back up ahead a little too far for Austin Brandell. Krivak near side for Bosnick. Thomas Krivak's goal still the difference maker in a 1-0 game. 9:20 to go in regulation, as this puck comes back to the Canevin bench, and it'll be played there by Joe Kelly of the Ramblers. Blaine Adams poking at it, trying to get it into the offensive zone. He can't. And Joe Kelly coming the other way now with room for the Ramblers. Kelly from behind the goal line. Centering pass intended for Colvin. It's still loose. Fired off a body by Slabowski. Fired again and wide of Meshkin. That shot taken by Stewart up high. Here's Colvin from a bad angle. Loose. Rebound. Meshkin denied him. Give that kid an orange prison sweater right now. My goodness, did Nikita Meshkin stop that puck? Or did it catch all post? I didn't hear a post, Andy. I think Nikita Meshkin got that with his left leg, and if so, you'll never see a better save maybe in a Penguins Cup game.
Wow. And we'll see here, there's a shot. Boy, oh boy, Meshkin's mask was off right after that save, as we can try to find a better angle of this one. It's just fantastic stuff there, as you see. He dives over to the left and somehow was able to keep that puck out of the net. Unbelievable stuff.
Joe Kelly, that close. I had a goal call already.
Got to hold off on that one.
Sorry to disappoint you, Crawford County. Midway through the third, and still, somehow, a 1-0 lead for the Bishop Canevin Crusaders. And here come the Crusaders back. Unger dangling. Unger to the goal, poked aside. I think that was Kennedy. The little Marc-Andre Fleury poke check there, and here come the Ramblers in transition. Eliason escorted out of the play. No penalty called. Cathedral Prep fans 1-1, and now we do get a whistle as one of the Ramblers is down, and it is Eliason.
8:11 to go here in the third period of play. Shots tied up once again at 15. We've seen that throughout the day, really, in this game, as these two teams have just trading shots. See the replay here, as that was the Ramblers, number 21, Ben Eliason, trying to reach out there for a shot, but was unable to get one off.
The Crusaders trying to work it down low, and that was on Draco. Open for a fleeting moment in front, but not much longer. Russ Langford lost it at his feet, and here come the Ramblers. Over the line is Eliason, looking to go to Vicari. Kept inside off a Cathedral Prep foot, and the Ramblers pressing the issue deep. Vicari open in front. Meshkin pins the puck along the side of the crease, and he will hold for a face-off with 7:43 left.
Boy, got to give a lot of credit to the Erie Cathedral Prep Ramblers. They are really pouring it on here in the third period, especially the last 5 minutes or so. They have been unbelievable, and Meshkin has had to make a lot of great saves, including that highlight reel one that we saw earlier.
The last game between these two teams was well played. This one has been well played for completely different reasons.
Has that championship game, doesn't it feel to it, doesn't it?
It does, and a closely contested game between two teams that were closely contested in the regular season is to be expected, as Bosnick poked that around Anthony Piglowski, but could do no more with the puck. Jack Kelly getting it up and outside his own zone. Pepinitis retreating with it. Near side, Brennan Adams. Up ahead to Blaine Adams. No icing. Bosnick in pursuit. Bosnick lets it come to him and tries to reset to Brennan Adams, but it's taken over by Vicari. And here come the Ramblers back through center. Kelly over the line. Kelly couldn't get around Pepinitis. Jack Kelly shouldered by the Canevin blue liner now as the Crusaders reverse the play, and Pepinitis will try and carry it outside the zone himself. He can't. Gotkin from a bad angle puts it wide of Nikita Meshkin. And now it will be chipped back into the Cathedral Prep zone and promptly sent back the other way by the Ramblers. Pepinitis, as Barnett wants to make a line change here, and he completes that line change with 6:15 to play in the third period, and his team down by a goal. Alec Nat taking his man over, but here comes Austin Brandell, and Brandell is going to get called for a penalty here. A tripping call as Alec Nat was trying to just get it out of danger, and he ended up drawing a penalty.
Yes, he certainly did, as 6:08 left to go here in the third period, and boy, Ramblers are not going to be too happy about that one, as that comes at a bad time. As I said, a little bit over 6 minutes to go, as the Crusaders will go on to the power play.
And for all of Erie County, it is nail-biting time, to say the least. The Crusaders, maybe if they score here, will have put this game away, just the way things are going. 5:52 to go in the third. 1-0. Bishop Canevin is the score. Crusaders on the UPMC Sports Medicine power play, but Liam Walsh is offside with 1:39 to go in the minor tripping penalty to Austin Brandell.
If you're the Ramblers, just try to kill this one off, and probably don't want to take too many risks here. I know you have to get back into this game with a goal, but maybe you take your chances here and just get the penalty killed and go from there, as they may have to pull the goalie eventually, pull Kennedy and try to get a man advantage that way and try to score and tie this one up.
And if you're Craig Barnett, you hope it doesn't come to that. You hope you can get a good kill and get a late goal at even strength. Here's Unger, left wing side. Unger down low for Liam Walsh. Walsh escorted out of the play, but Godlewski has it for Canevin. Unger now resetting. Alec Nat faking it. Now goes to Unger. Unger, cross ice. Walsh denied by Kennedy, and that's his best save of the night.
Goodness gracious, we're seeing these teams trade chances, but these goaltenders have been unbelievable here in the third period. Meshkin we saw earlier, and now it's Kennedy's turn as he makes a beautiful save on Walsh as he was going from right to left in his crease, and here's a great angle of that right there. Walsh tried to go there to that left side and was unable to.
It's like the hockey equivalent of Ollie Frazier, just a heavyweight fight, particularly between the two goaltenders. Hard collision there in the corner, and we get a whistle here and another penalty coming up. A holding indication, and this one actually might go against the Crusaders.
Yeah, it looks like it will, as a minute is left in the penalty to Cathedral Prep.
Garrett Godlewski.
Yep. He'll be heading to the box.
And the Ramblers will eventually get half of a UPMC Sports Medicine power play with 5 minutes to play in regulation, down 1-0. 4-on-4 hockey and a lot of open NHL ice. Let's see if it leads to more offense as Liam Walsh enters the zone. That goes off the body of Trevor Faulkner, and Faulkner comes back one-on-one against Pepinitis, but he blows a tire. And Pepinitis pushes it to the boards, and the Crusaders push it the rest of the way out to center. Hard shot by Jack Kelly, blocked, and I think Pepinitis got a piece of that one as Kelly went down. Joe Kelly with it now, dangling in the far corner, behind the net for Faulkner. Back to Joe Kelly. Kelly from a bad angle, in on Meshkin, makes the save, rebound, loose on the side of the net. That took a very favorable bounce for the Crusaders. That puck was in a precarious position around Nikita Meshkin, but it stays out. Unger trying to lead it for Walsh. He can't, and now Walsh is trapped as Jack Kelly comes back, and Unger trying to delay Kelly's progress, and now Unger gets hit from behind, and that's going to be a penalty. And Randy Unger, who has been injured in the Penguins Cup final before, that's got to be a tense Groundhog Day-esque moment for him.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's not too happy about it, but nonetheless, his team is going to get the man advantage, as that'll be number 24, Jack Kelly, going to the box.
Discipline, such a huge part of playoff hockey, and these two teams exactly had done such a good job of it to this point, by and large, and they're just a silly, silly penalty by Jack Kelly.
Extremely bad timing too, especially when your team had a power play, and then now all of a sudden that's gone.
But a bad giveaway there to John Colvin. It evens out. Colvin into the stomach of Meshkin, and Shane Cross knew what he was doing. Nikita Meshkin, fortunately for Canevin's sake, knew what he was doing too.
Yeah, he's known what he's been doing all game long. Unbelievable stuff here. Has made 18 saves thus far. 3:53 left to go.
Mr. Tretiak would be proud as we get another glimpse of that mask with the old Soviet decorations on it. The Canevin student section, famous for brandishing a Soviet Union flag, particularly during home games.
40 seconds left to go in the Crusaders penalty. 1:44 left to go in the Ramblers penalty.
And a shot goes just wide of Meshkin as Joe Kelly's able to flag it down. And we are still 4-on-4 here with 3:33 to go in regulation. Canevin 1, Prep nothing. The Crusaders with the puck near side. Alec Bosnick being harassed by Shane Cross. Cross works him over and sends the puck loose up to Faulkner, but Faulkner can't find anyone to go to. Colvin in pursuit. Colvin tries to take this loose puck. Brendan Adams hits Colvin. No penalty called as Pepinitis reverses the play and ends up giving it away to Colvin. Colvin out in front. Oh, Meshkin got a piece of that with the broadside of his goaltender stick. And here the other way comes Blaine Adams. Adams trying to lead it for Godlewski. Another home run pass goes awry. That's the second time, I think, tonight that the Crusaders have tried that play. The other time it was Brennan that tried it, I think.
Yeah, Godlewski, we've seen a number of times where he's had some great opportunities there, and that pass just went wide as he was unable to get it. Then it went for an icing call.
And we are joined in the booth and will be joined on the broadcast during our live coverage at some point later by Hampton All-Star goaltender Cam Radna And in my heart of hearts, I know he knows a thing or two about both these teams. A lot of time in Class A hockey, and then Hampton moving up to Class AA and having some very competitive seasons, including this one. And Radna between the pipes, a big part of that. So it'll be fun to visit with him a little bit later. Under 3 to go in regulation, if not more. Crusaders with a 1-0 lead. Walsh trying to dangle around a man. He can't. A misconduct called on crosses. Colvin comes to the net and pushes it wide. Meshkin knocking it aside with a goaltender's stick to nip that one in the bud. Ben Eliason with it. Eliason backhander off the body of Nat. Eliason from a bad angle again. Went wide of everything. And this puck comes all the way back into Rambler territory. Brief UPMC Sports Medicine power play for the Crusaders. Here's Liam Walsh. Walsh to the goal. Kennedy denies him. And Liam Walsh must be just looking to the heavens right now.
And you'll see here on the replay, Liam Walsh coming down the left side of the ice as he'll go from forehand to backhand, tries to sneak that one past Kennedy, but Kennedy makes the nice pad save and denies him once again.
Timeout taken. Let us see by whom. With 2:22 to go in the third period, and in the lead 1-0 for the Crusaders. It looks like it's going to be Canevin's timeout, though we've received no distinctive indication. From Erie to Wheeling, from Morgantown to Penn State, and all over Pittsburgh, 60 teams will skate for Penguins and Open Cup gold this year. Now you can score big with the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League and the golden advertising opportunities the PIHL has to offer. So if you're a decision maker for a business or organization and you would like to see your ad on this program or in any of our partner facilities, call PIHL Commissioner Ed Sam at 412-401-4725 or email pihlcommissioner@gmail.com. Help us grow interscholastic hockey, and we'll help you grow your business. And another shout out to a lot of Bishop Canevin alumni, I'm told, watching this game tonight. Frank Vance, part of that Pennsylvania Cup team, checking in from all the way in Florida.
Wow.
So hello, Frank, and hello, Vance family, for that matter, if you are watching as well. And thank you.
It's awesome to see how many alumni continue to follow their teams and the league, for that matter.
Brennan Adams for Unger. Unger trying to go back in front. It's loose. Kennedy has it with 2:11 to play and 6 ticks to talk in the now conventional UPMC Sports Medicine power play.
You have to wonder, once that penalty expires, if Erie Cathedral Prep thinks about pulling Kennedy at some point after that.
Joe Kelly back, building speed into the offensive zone. Kelly dangling. Kelly to the goal. Kelly out in front. It's whiffed on. He was looking for Eliason, but it was not to be. Now sent down low and cleared away by Brennan Adams. 1:55 left. Time ticking away, and one eye to the net on our right. Fired from a bad angle by Joe Kelly. Crusaders fighting for every loose puck here in an effort to protect that 1-0 lead. 1:43 to play. It's centered. It's teed up, and it's put off the body of Brennan Adams by Trevor Faulkner. Behind the goal line for Eliason. The Ramblers running out of time and running out of chances. Intercepted by the Crusaders now. Unger taking matters into his own hands, and he sends it ahead. And now it's pushed back to Unger. Unger to the goal. Save made. Rebound. Kennedy again. You gotta be kidding me.
Unbelievable stuff here, as you're going to see on the replay. Unger finds himself in a great position, goes back to the forehand, and Kennedy somehow keeps it out, as this one's going to go to the final buzzer, it seems, Matt.
We're getting to the point where we're not just seeing PIHL goaltending, we're seeing some NHL goaltending here. We're seeing Olympic goaltending.
Unbelievable.
By Nikita Meshkin and Grant Kennedy. What a finish to this hockey game, and it might not be finished yet. 1:11 to play in regulation. The Crusaders desperate for that insurance goal. The Ramblers need to tie in order to avoid prolonging a championship drought that extends back to 1997.
1 minute remaining in the period.
1 minute remaining in regulation. Bosnick trying to do whatever he can to milk that minute. He has the puck for Canevin. Wide of the blue paint. It comes to the point. Godlewski has it. He sends it to the corner. Joe Kelly settles it down, puts it off the stick of Thomas Krivak. Krivak in the corner. Krivak pinned into the corner by Brandon Godkin. Godlewski in there digging for it as well. And Krivak has it pinned underneath his equipment, I think. And Krivak might even be a little shaken up as the officials decide, all right, enough's enough, and we'll get a face-off in Rambler territory.
And that was a good play there by the Crusaders, trying to waste some time and just have a battle in there in the opponent's zone. As they took some time off the clock, 36.1 seconds to go here in the third period.
And now Craig Barnett will call timeout. The Class AA Flyers Cup Championship game is happening as we speak. One of these teams will be headed to the Pagula Ice Arena on the campus of Penn State University to play that team in the Class AA Pennsylvania Cup final this approaching Saturday. The Class AA game facing off around 2:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and we will have it for you right here on Trib Total Media Hockey Night. Another special edition to close out the interscholastic season. Single A game coming up at around 12, which is a change from what your programs might say, so if you're in the building tonight, keep that in mind. AA at 2:30 and AAA at 5 o'clock, thereabouts. Speaking of AAA, we will have the AAA Penguins Cup final after this game. The Bethel Park Blackhawks getting set to take on the Peters Township Indians on this sheet of ice for the second time in 3 years. And icing against the Ramblers, and that one hurts.
Yeah, it certainly does. You definitely can't take Kennedy out now with the faceoff in the Rambler zone, so that'll have to wait just a little bit.
You get a look at Craig Barnett. Craig Barnett knows a thing or two about goaltending. Great goaltending. He was one. And darn it, if it weren't for these other two guys named Richter and Van Beesbrook, might have gotten some playing time in the Rangers organization.
Tough competition there.
It's sent deep. 20 seconds left. Krivak after it. The Crusaders just trying to hold on. The Ramblers in desperation mode here. 14 seconds left. One of the Crusaders without a stick. 13 seconds left. Here comes the final push. Kelly, a shot. It's blocked. It's shot up high on Meshkin. He makes the save. The rebound is held by Nikita Meshkin. Colvin cannot believe it. He thought he had the equalizer on his stick, and for that matter, in the back of the net. Still 4.2 seconds left. The Crusaders need a face-off win, and they need it in the worst way.
They certainly do. 4.2 seconds to go. We'll see what the Ramblers decide to do here, as they will need to have a quick shot on goal, try to tie this one up.
Just about everyone on their feet who has a dog in this fight, and one of the Ramblers gets waved out. That's Colvin. Are they going to let it back in? Yes, they will, to take it against Unger. Colvin wins it, but it comes outside the zone, and the Ramblers are going to run out of time. Get giddy, Green Tree. The Crusaders are back, baby. The Bishop Canevin Crusaders, by a nose, by a hair, are your Penguins Cup champions. The hockey gods on the side of Kevin Zolmansky, Bill Zuri, and lest we forget, Tommy Krivak, who had the game's only goal, and Nikita Meshkin, who makes 22 saves to earn a shutout in the Penguins Cup final. What a game.
Yeah, it certainly was a memorable one for these Crusaders, and both teams, they played a fantastic game. But, man, Nikita Meshkin, just a tremendous game. As you said, 22 saves, including some highlight reel ones, as we are going to see here for a long time. Just a tremendous night for both teams, but Bishop Canevin with the 1-0 win. They're Penguins Cup champions. They won it in 2011 and win it in 2014.
More chalk in the Penguins Cup Championship Series. Stay tuned for the trophy presentation, and also stay tuned for the Class AAA Penguins Cup final between Bethel Park and Peters Township, during which we will visit with aforementioned Hampton All-Star Cam Radna here in the booth. In the meantime, though, Andy Hughes, you're going to take us the rest of the way, and I, Matt Popchuk, will head downstairs to speak with the victorious Crusaders.
And now for the medal presentation for the runner-up, Erie Cathedral Prep Ramblers. Number 3, Joe Kelly. Number 5, Mitch Lebowski. Number 6, Tanner White. Number 7, Nick Findley. Number 8, Nick Vicari. Number 9, Hunter Emerson. Number 10, Jacob Bordos. Number 11, Austin Randall. Number 12, Dana Stewart. Number 14, John Colvin. Number 15, Anthony Miglowski. Number 16, Grant Krzyzewski. Number 17, Shane Cross. Number 18, Brett Cox. Number 19, Jeremiah Ordos. Number 21, Ben Eliason. Number 22, Brandon Godkin. Number 23, Trevor Faulkner. Number 24, Jack Kelly. Number 29, Trent Faulkner. And number 33, Grant Kennedy. Team manager, Pete Zafaris. Assistant coach, John Sala. Assistant coach, Greg Cox. Head coach, Craig Barnett. And now for the 2014 Penguins Cup champion Bishop Canevin Crusaders. Number 2, Patrick Bain. Number 3, Alec Nat. Number 4, Brennan Adams. Number 5, Gus Papanitis. Number 7, Garrett Godlewski. Number 8, Jacob Gambino. Number 10, Nicholas Rajakovic. Number 11, Blaine Adams. Number 14, Jason Bilski. Number 16, Randy Unger. Number 17, Jonathan Mueller. Number 18, Alec Bosnick. Number 19, Ross Langford. Number 21, Thomas Kribak. Number 23, Liam Walsh. Number 27, Jacob Ondrenko. Number 37, Caden Kelly. At number 31, Nikita Meskin. Team manager, Gene Adams. Assistant coach, Kevin Hart. Assistant coach, Chris Vaquero. Assistant coach, William Surrey. And head coach, Kevin Zolmansky. We now ask that the team captains from Bishop Canevin come up to receive the PIHL Championship Trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, your Class AA 2014 Penguins Cup champion, Bishop Canevin Crusaders.
Bishop Canevin Crusaders are your 2014 AA champions as they pose for their picture with the Penguins Cup. Before we close this broadcast, we'd like to give a special thanks to Chris Beginci, Ross Insana, John Penland, Tom Berenger, Lindy Palmer, Bill Pinchotti, Drew Brown, Bob Sebastian, and Power Play Productions, Trib Total Media, UPMC Sports Medicine, MSA Sports, and a very special thanks to the crew here at Consol Energy Center for helping us set up our live coverage and bringing you these hockey games. Now, if you're joining us live, be sure to tune in for the AAA finals between the Bethel Park Blackhawks and the Peters Township Indians. And if you are joining us here on tape delay, be sure to see much more from the ceremony where the Bishop Canevin Crusaders defeated the Erie Cathedral Prep Ramblers by the score of 1-0 and claim their first Penguins Cup since 2011. Hasn't been too long since the Crusaders won it. They do it here tonight. Also, a special thanks to my broadcast partner Matt Popchuk and our producer John Rubino. For everyone here at the Consol Energy Center and the PIHL Network, thank you for watching Penguins Cup Hockey.
With so much game to go, we didn't think it would be the game winner, but it was the game winner. Thomas Krivak nuzzling the nylon and winning the Penguins Cup for the Bishop Canevin Crusaders. And was this just one of those nights where you were trying to throw pucks at Grant Kennedy and hope you got a bounce?
At the beginning, it was all about just getting pucks on the net and trying to get a rebound and a lucky break. And it hit off the defenseman's stick and it hit right over, and it was a really lucky bounce for us.
What were the keys to making that goal hold up?
Block shots as much as we can. Try not to get in the box, which we did, but just give it 110% the whole time and play our game the whole time.
The last game between these teams, very, very high scoring. What does it say about the character of this team defensively, able to win a 1-0 hockey game?
We're great, I guess. We can, when it comes down to it, we can always play defense, and we can always keep a 1-goal lead.
Had you ever dreamed about scoring the winning goal in a big game on an NHL sheet of ice?
I think every kid growing up pictures that Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals and getting a breakaway and doing it, and this is good enough for me, I guess.
We're getting photobombed by everybody and everything, including the Penguins Cup, and we'll let Thomas Krivak hoist that and sign off with him. Congratulations, Thomas.
Yes. What? Yes. Let's go. One more game.
The captain makes it happen defensively for the Bishop Canevin Crusaders, who amazingly hold on to blank the Cathedral Prep Ramblers 2 Penguins Cups in 4 years. For the brothers Adams, Brennan, how do you feel?
Oh, I'm just filled with joy right now. You know, freshman year was fun. This is funner. You know, especially since we're seniors, especially since I'm playing with my brother. You know, I wanted to leave something for Canevin, and I know the students out there enjoyed it.
We all enjoyed it. A very well-played hockey game. That last 2 minutes, that last minute, nail-biting time for everybody in the building, I'm sure. How were you guys able to keep your poise?
You know, we told each other, you know, play our game. Last 2 minutes, you know, everyone likes to get excited. We knew they were going to try something, and, you know, we stuck with our game plan, and we executed it well, and I think that helped us win the game.
Nobody necessarily goes into a game expecting a 1-0 hockey game. What were the keys to holding that lead over the long haul?
You know, good defense. We told each other, you know, during the break, we knew they were going to come out hard. In the first couple shifts, we knew that they weren't going to roll over. And we told each other defense. And we had some good back checking. And, you know, Nikita stepped up. He was huge this game. And especially our defense and our forwards coming back for us, you know, that helped us, you know.
Brennan Adams and the Crusaders moving on to Pagola Ice Arena, and for now hoisting the Penguins Cup. A little more time to celebrate before Saturday. Go get it on, Brennan.
Thank you.
A lot of Bishop Canevin alumni, as we told you throughout the broadcast, watching this game here live on the PIHL Network. Matt's got to be proud of this one, I'm sure.
Yeah, I guess. He had it in his sophomore year. I got it in my junior year. It's just a lot of fun to play.
What are the ingredients of a championship team?
But the better the defense won the game. If offense, you can score, but defense, you stop them from scoring. It's the most important part.
And as someone who plays regularly on the back end for your coach, Kevin Zolmansky, I mean, what was going through your head? What did you think that you had to do in those final couple minutes when they were pushing for the tying goal?
Do whatever it takes. Don't let them score. Block every shot and get the puck out at all costs.
After all the sacrifices, just time-wise and physically, how does it feel to be carrying this piece of hardware?
It feels great. No other way to put it. Just feels great.
And they will look to add to that collection this approaching weekend at Penn State. Appreciate it, Jason. Great effort.
Thank you.
And I'm willing to bet that nobody in Consol Energy Center is more relieved to be wearing that medal and holding this piece of hardware that Nikita Meshkin has in his hands than Nikita Meshkin, the winning goaltender and owner of a Penguins Cup Finals shutout for the Bishop Canevin Crusaders. First, I got to ask, late in the third period, your team is ahead 1-0. The Ramblers are coming. They have a couple chances off the rebound. Joe Kelly, number 3 of Cathedral Prep, has an open net, has you down and out, seemingly at his mercy, nothing doing. Do you remember the play and then what you did to stop it?
It's all in slow motion. It's like you don't push that 1 extra percent, it's gonna go in, and then it's a completely different game. So I did everything in my power, that last push, to keep it up.
With two teams so evenly matched, how hard was it to keep finding that next level as this game went on?
It was very difficult. I mean, they keep pushing. They don't give up. They came ready to play, and it's playoffs, and there's a lot of pressure. So we did everything in our power to get in there and really give it to them.
And that's a team that knows how to put pucks in the net. They were a very good offensive team during the season and during the playoffs. What was the key to just shutting them down as a group here tonight?
Defense. Obviously, we only scored 1 goal, so we had to play outstanding defense. I mean, our defensemen played great, and their offense was astounding. I mean, they really challenged us defensively, and as long as we executed correctly, we knew we were going to win.
3 years ago, this happened for Bishop Canevin. They won the Penguins Cup. Safe to say that Cup 2 tops Cup 1?
Absolutely. I mean, the second time feels even better than the first. So.
Nikita Meshkin, and this time he was between the pipes for all of it for the Bishop Canevin Crusaders. Well earned. Thanks, Nikita.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And I'm sure the Pope, to say nothing of the hockey gods, have given the Bishop Canevin Crusaders their collective blessing. From all of us, the PIHL Network, and for our sponsors, MSA Sports, UPMC Sports Medicine, and Trib Total Media, from my producer, John Rubino, my broadcast partner, Andy Hughes, and executive producer, Ed Sam, I'm Matt Popchuk. Thank you for watching, and we will see you Saturday at Pagula.
Trib Total Media is a proud partner of the PIHL. Trib Total Media. Get it right now. Call 1-800-909-TRIB to subscribe or visit us online at triblive.com. This PIHL Network presentation was produced by Rubino Productions, serving the community in ways you haven't imagined.